Hello everyone and welcome back to the DLG. My name is Skip. I'm up here on Oak Creek and I'm standing here in front of this historical marker at Indian Gardens, a beautiful location up here about 4 miles outside of Sedona going up Oak Creek Canyon. And we're going to talk a lot about a lot of stuff here today, but I'm standing here in front of this marker. Let me turn the camera around and show this to you guys. Indian Gardens, home site of the first settlers in Oak Creek Canyon. In 1876 or 1877, Jim Thompson built a log cabin here and began cultivating the old Indian Gardens where the Indians had grown corn and squash long before Oak Creek was known by the white men. Thompson remained here at his Indian Gardens ranch until his death in 1917. Check this out, guys. There's a bullet hole right there. So folks, here we are at the Indian Gardens Market. Beautiful rock building right here. It was built back in the 40s to service this little area, this little community up here. And to this day, it's still a grocery store. It's also a gift shop. You can buy a lot of very interesting gifts. And then right next to it is Garland's Indian Jewelry. They sell a lot of Navajo jewelry in there. So guys, I had to get this on camera. I hope you guys can see this. Check out that silver eagle. That's made out of silver right there. Check that out. Wow. I love that. Indian Gardens, Arizona Territory, established 1876. Now, Arizona didn't really become a state until around 1912. And they wanted to become a state sooner, and we could have actually been a part of New Mexico, believe it or not. But the President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, at the time told the governor of Arizona Territory that Arizona wasn't suitable for decent folks. And this is the person who spent a lot of time here with his Rough Riders. And so the governor of the territory went over to Texas and said, how did you guys do it? Because they were a pretty rough area in their time. And they said, he gave them 2 words. He said, Texas Rangers. And so the Texas Rangers actually came out here and helped to form what's known today, and they're still in effect, as the Arizona Rangers. And the Arizona Rangers are still running around this area. So folks, what we're going to talk about today is a lot of the things that the Historical Society doesn't really want you to know about. And what I'm talking about is if you've ever heard of the Trail of Tears, the Long Walk, those are the things that we're going to be talking about here today. Now, when Thompson settled this property, the Native American population had been removed so recently that their gardens were still growing right here. They had dug irrigation ditches, they had beautiful gardens all around them. In 1830, they had the Indian Removal Act that was signed, and that started what was called the Trail of Tears. And the Trail of Tears was where they started forced deportation of the Native American people all the way into Oklahoma from the east into Oklahoma. But up here, that didn't start until 1864. And in 1864, it was the largest forced deportation of Native American people in history. More than 9,000 people were removed from the Southwest, from this area, as far as Utah, Nevada, and Arizona, all the way, and they made them walk 300 miles. It took them 18 days to make that long walk, and that's why they called it the Long Walk. 200 people died during that walk. A lot of them young people, elderly, and people who were pregnant. Now, if you were pregnant and you were forced to walk that walk, and you were about to give birth, they'd leave you behind. And there's stories that are told about pregnant women who were left behind by the soldiers, but they would always leave one soldier behind with that woman, and then when everybody was out of sight, they would actually hear a gunshot. And so it didn't really end well for a lot of these folks. 9,000 people living on 40 acres, 40 square acres. And eventually they would revolt. and they would come back to this area, making that same trek on foot all the way back out to this area. But all of this land that we're looking at here, all this beautiful property in the river down below, was actually part of Indian land, and they were here from the 1400s, possibly even earlier. And in those days, like I said in a couple of my other videos, they didn't consider themselves to be Navajo, Apache, Zuni, Yavapai. They considered themselves to be the people, and they didn't even have a written language in those days. They just told their stories. They were handed down from generation to generation. So this is part of the series that I'm doing for you guys. And in the next series, I'm going to talk a lot about, we're going to head up to Jerome. And I'm going to tell you guys some stories up there that'll just make your hair curl. So thanks you guys for watching. And we'll catch you guys next time right here on the DLG. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button wherever it is on here. Go ahead and hit it and subscribe to this channel, and we'll try and give you guys some more amazing information. We'll talk to you real soon.